looking at Joe Burrow, played 10 games. And honestly, man, I don't care what people say. Before he got hurt, dude, he was looking very good.
There were some problems, though, and that comes from the offense.
Offensive line.
Well, his touchdown totals were the problem.
Wow. True. But, I think he had, the most sacks, ever last year.
He had 5 games where he didn't throw a single pass. Oh, no. He had 3 games where he didn't throw a single passing touchdown. He had 3 games where he only threw 1 passing touchdown in that time span. He threw the ball a ton. If you extrapolate Joe Burrow's average pass attempts per game through a whole 16-game season, it would have been the second most passing attempts right behind Ben Roethlisberger last year.
He was at 404 in 10 games.
Yeah.
So
it would have been right behind Big Ben for most in the league.
Yeah. Also think about
this. What's funny, this division, you have the two most run heavy teams, and the Browns and the Baltimore Ravens, and then the two most pass heavy teams last year.
Yeah, it's very interesting. But think about this
too. The Steelers will probably rush the ball more, so they're probably not going to get in that top 5 passing again this year. But Bengals, they're going to be up there. They're going to be up there in passing.
Right. He had 32 sacks in 10 games.
And did he mess up his leg?
Yeah.
I'm honestly surprised how well he's doing in his recovery right now.
Yeah, I saw a picture.
It wasn't just an ACL tear; it was everything.
Dude, they went in and were drilling
everything
through that sucker. Good night.
His yardage was very good. A lot of 300+ yard games. I think in over half of his games he threw for 300 yards. He had a 400-yard game in there, and he had some really good moments, like a 400-yard passing game, 3 passing touchdowns, a rushing touchdown. That's an incredible game for a rookie.
Well, he was 13 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, which isn't terrible.
That's fine.
I'll take that. Again, in 10 games.
The touchdowns are low, but he's a rookie.
But I'll take the 65% completion percentage.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Honestly, completion percentage, I'm kind of done with it, man. Unless, if you're under 60%, then we'll start talking about things. But as long as you're giving me 60% and I think it all depends.
Yeah, I think it does depend, because some of those is I think it also sucks because Drew Brees was hitting 80s, But
you want to see all the people.
He's also throwing the ball 5 yards.
65% used to be a great mark. There were 23 quarterbacks last year who had over a 65% completion percentage in the league last year.
Yep.
I don't really care. They're good quarterbacks.
Yeah. You said over though.
Yeah, over. There were
so
20.
If you're not hitting 65, then you suck, is what I'm saying. Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield at 62%. That's fine.
No, it's gross.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's not bench that guy. That's awful. That's terrible.
No, but it's you should keep an eye on this because he was the first overall freaking pick.
Yeah, if you're Drew Lock completing 57% of your passes, we have a problem.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about that one.
He's
see in the principal's office.
Anyways, so let's Joe Burrow, I don't see anything changing. I think as long as that offensive line can stay, but just protect him a little bit, he'll be fine.
His draft price, he's going late enough to where you could look at him late. But I don't know how hyped up are you for Joe Burrow this year? Because you're going to have to deal with him getting back into playing shape.
I don't think I'm worried about him getting back into shape.
Offensive line, they took Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
They could have had Penny if they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
They went Chase. I think that could bite him. You looking up his ADP?
No, I'm looking up their draft. His ADP's at 905.
Yeah, I'm just not looking at Joe Burrow in drafts this year. What are you looking up?
So they took a guard in the second round. It looks like literally that was it. No, they took a tackle on the 4th. They did not spend. So the guard in the second round is Jackson Carman from Clemson, he's actually not really that bad. He's pretty solid. So he'll definitely fit in nice.
Penny.
But it's not Penny Sewell, or one of those high valued offensive line guys that were coming out. But he's still a pretty solid pick to have.
Yeah.
But they didn't go out and really spend in free agency getting any, because there was some good good guard. Or
Yeah, the Chiefs took him.
Chiefs did basically take everybody, didn't they? But there was some really good offensive line guys in free agency that they did not take. They didn't spend a bunch of money, unfortunately. But I think I don't think I'm looking at him per se because like you got Justin Herbert kind of going around this same.
Yeah, you got Tannehill going around there. Like,
and I think I'd rather have both of those guys over him.
Stafford's going around there. Like,
yeah, I think I'll take all three of those guys over Joe Burrow right now.
Yeah.
Just until I see, and again, it's not Joe Burrow, but he can't throw the ball if he's on his back the whole time.
Yeah.
So until they improve that offensive line, he might not be. This just shows, guys, that quarterbacks, doesn't matter how good you are, if you have no line, you suck. So let's jump into the wide receivers because this is where it's going to get kind of fun. And I want to start not with their draft pick, but with T. Higgins.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
T. Higgins was somebody that I was a huge fan of last year.
Yeah.
Massive fan. And he did
I don't
not
think
let
he
me
has
down.
like, he's not like a top 10 possible wide receiver. I don't think he has that talent, but he's a very good, solid wide receiver in the NFL.
Yes.
And he showed a lot in his rookie season. And when he was able to handle high volume.
When we say that he's a very good wide receiver in the NFL, that also does not mean he's a very good wide receiver in fantasy. Those are two separate things.
Yeah. I mean, he is a good fantasy
He's not
wide
a bad
receiver.
fantasy option.
And this is what I want to pull up. So last year, weeks 3 through 10, I'll give him the first 2 weeks. He's a rookie. He's getting acclimated to the NFL. We're not going to count those.
Week 1, he only had 22% of snaps.
Yeah, and exactly.
Yeah,
and then,
he wasn't even on the field.
So we'll end it when Joe Burrow was done.
Yeah.
So the time he played with Joe Burrow, he was the 11th best receiver over that time span.
Yep. Number 1.
Top 10 over half those weeks.
Yep. Yeah. T. Higgins is not bad, guys. He's a very good route runner. He's got excellent hands, and he can still get down the field.
Oh no,
pretty
my
well.
bad. Looking at the wrong one. He was a wide receiver 1 or 2 in all those weeks except 3.
Even better.
Still good. Yeah, still good.
Yeah, still good. But he's going to the 608 right now. I don't think that's a terrible place for him to go. But this is why I wanted to start with him.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
I haven't mock draft.
I haven't drafted him in
taken
mocks.
T. Higgins or Jamar Chase in any mock draft.
I've taken him, but here's where I'm getting concerned. Is Jamar Chase is also going right around the same place.
Yeah.
They're going within a few picks of each other right now.
Yeah.
And I just don't see that.
I see first half of the season, T. Higgins is better. Second half of the season, Jamar Chase is better.
You think so?
I think by the end of the season,
they're
going to be
split.
incredibly close. But what the easy thing about this offense is AJ Green saw 104 targets last year in this offense.
Yeah, and he was
bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like bad. You can just immediately slide those targets to Jamar Chase.
Yep.
And you don't have to touch Tyler Boyd. You don't have to trust T. Higgins, which is nice.
Yeah, because T. Higgins also had 11, 107 targets last year with 67 receptions.
Yep.
And 6 touchdowns and almost 1,000 yards. So that's not bad. And you're not. And again,
good
you're not even
for your
touching.
Rookie season,
yeah, you're not even touching
with
his targets right now.
Joe
bringing
Burrow,
in Chase.
and Joe Burrow didn't play the full season. That could have been decently better if Joe Burrow played the full season.
Yes, 100%. So, I still think.
What are their
right
ADPs
now,
again? Do you still have those pulled up?
So, Higgins is 608. I don't have Chase's, but I remember seeing his ADP literally in the same round, and I want to say it was 2 picks ahead.
Yeah, I believe that because I'm not. I like Jamar Chase a lot, but I've been Devontae Smith over him, and I understand why a lot of people see Jamar Chase as a breakout player, but he's not. I don't see him doing what Justin Jefferson did last year. I find a hard time. I don't see him cracking the top 15 by the end of the season.
All right, so Jamar Chase is going 605.
Okay,
so 3 picks ahead.
I think I'd probably just lean Chase just for the possibility that he does have a blow up season, but neither of them really interests me a ton. That's around where like Odell Beckham's going. I'd rather take Odell than both of them.
Yeah, here let me look at.
Give me the 6th round. Give me all the players going in the 6th round.
Ah, backed me up. Hold on. All right. Go 6th round of players. We're looking at. All right. Chase Edmonds, Russell Wilson, Justin Herbert, Jamar Chase, Melvin Gordon, Odell, T. Higgins, James Robinson, Raheem Mostert, Mike Davis, Chase Claypool, Cortland Sutton.
Okay, I'd rather have Sutton, Claypool, Mike Davis, Odell. Then I'd go Chase, Higgins.
Right before that round, you've got Deontay Johnson, Cooper Kupp, Tyler Lockett, Brandon Ayuk.
Oh, those aren't close.
So I'm just doing it kind of a little bit ahead, and I went a little bit behind. Because, I mean, there's even DJ Chark is behind this. Deebo Samuel.
I'd probably go Jamar Chase over Chark, but that's actually a good question. Who was it? Say the 6th round again.
6th round is Chase Edmonds, Russell Wilson, Justin Herbert, Jamar Chase.
Chase Claypool or Jamar Chase. That's a tough one. I think I go Claypool there. I don't know. That one's
Claypool's
tough,
going at 6'11", man.
Yeah, that is tough.
Because Claypool is going to be the number 3 in Pitt.
He is.
And, I mean...
I think I lean Chase over Claypool there.
To me, I almost feel like I take Higgins because of the safety. I think Higgins is safer. I think Jamar Chase's ceiling is higher.
6th round, I'm not really caring that much about safety. I would rather just lean with the upside. It
really depends because you're almost looking at this as either your 4th wide receiver or your 3rd wide receiver.
Yeah.
So, if this is my 3rd wide receiver, I'm not going to be looking for. I want to make sure I'm getting points.
Well, yeah, but
I'll take shots a little bit later because there's some shots I can take later that could just be as good as Jamar Chase.
Yeah, and so we can get to the 3rd wide receiver in this wide receiver core, Tyler Boyd, who was also not very good last year. Yeah, he saw a ton of 110 targets last year. They're all 3 of these wide receivers really were evenly used. He only saw 4 touchdowns. He's running out of the slot. Do you think he takes the hardest hit with Jamar Chase coming in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree too. He did look better at the beginning with Joe Burrow and fell off, but actually I'll be interested. Where did he line up with Burrow? So T. Higgins was 11th in weeks 3 through 10. Tyler Boyd was wide receiver 18. So they're both very good in that stretch.
They're both better with Joe Burrow, which makes sense.
Yeah.
So I don't think I don't have Tyler Boyd on my list to be drafting.
Yeah,
by any chance. We also do have Auden Tate on here, just to kind of throw his name out there. He had 22 targets as well. Again, not a bad wide receiver.
He's had some fill-in moments,
but he's not going to be draftable.
Yeah, we know what he is. No.
But let's jump down. Let's jump down to running back.
Yeah.
The guy that I feel like is underrated, almost disrespected every year, Joe Mixon.
He's one of my favorite guys through the past few years. I've always been sticking up for him, and there have been maddening moments. There have been, but I think a lot of people think he's been worse than he has been. So weeks 1 through 6 last year, before he got hurt, he was good. He wasn't like setting the world on fire or anything, but as far as the running backs go, he was the 9th best running back over that stretch. First 6 weeks of the season. And right now you can get him late 2nd.
206.
Yeah. I'm all over Mixon this year in redrafts. And there are more reports because now, I mean, finally Giovanni Bernard's gone. They got no one. I mean, Chris Evans, a rookie coming back there. They got no one to threaten him. He's the guy. He's just got to stay healthy. He's an incredible pass catcher. He's an incredibly explosive running back. He's got good vision. He's got everything you want. But he's got a bad offensive line still.
Did Chris Evans go to the Bengals?
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah, because Puka Williams went there too. And that's actually who I was more intrigued by.
Yep. Nope. They got Chris Evans.
Huh. Is that sad that I'm more intrigued by Puka Williams in Cincinnati than Chris Evans?
Well, I don't think it's going to matter.
No, I'm just saying. But yeah, and I'm not overly worried, guys, about the injury. He's not known for being hurt all the time. Like he's played 14, 16.
Yeah.
Last year was the first time that he's had a significant
And
injury.
if you get 14
games
out of a running back,
especially
that's
now
fine.
that we're moving to
that's fine.
17 games. So, that's still going to be fine. He is somebody, if you guys are not looking to target right now, you guys need to target him.
His yards per carry were down last year by a significant amount, but
I'm not even that worried about that either. So, and the other thing is he holds onto the ball really well.
Yeah.
So he didn't even fumble the ball in 2019 or 2018.
I hope he sees like 50 targets this year at least. If he gets around that 50 target mark, the rushing volume he's going to get, he's the only threat for the goal line work.
Mm-hmm.
He could very easily. You think top 5 is a possibility?
Yeah. It just depends. I mean,
I think that's a stretch. I think
could
top
be a
10
stretch.
lock.
Well, it could be a stretch, and here's why: it just depends on how well the Bengals play.
Yeah, he's going to have to get the passing work.
He's going to have to get a lot of passing work because I don't think that they're going to be blowing people out.
Well, no, because that defense is going to let him score. But shootouts are good. Like
not always necessarily for the running back.
If he's getting the receiving work out there, if it's a shootout, if you're just scoring the ball, you'd rather your offense score than not score.
Thank you so much for watching the Fantasy Monsters on YouTube. If you liked our video today, please subscribe to our channel. Hit the little bell icon. Get notified whenever we go live or post other videos. You can see the link below. You can click on previous videos. You can also leave comments below. We'd love to hear from you guys as well. And we'll catch you next week.
Have a go.